It has a role in kind of padding our body if we fall or get injured, and protecting our organs. It's got lots of different kind of functions. So it's not just this thing that's sitting there. There is constant communication happening. So it's communication between our fatty cells and the brain around our energy balance, and there's hormones that are produced like leptin by fatty cells that
Yeah.
communicate with the brain around energy balance. And if I am in an energy deficit and if my weight is coming down, my brain gets feedback on that, because our brain is there to try and maintain our fat mass. That's the job of our brain, our subconscious caveman or cave woman, if I'm not being sexist, or cave person, if I'm being really inclusive. Brain, I don't know if there's anybody who doesn't identify as a person, but I think the subconscious, our hypothalamus, that's where weight, energy balance is regulated, and that's constantly getting feedback from fatty cells, but also from our stomach, our gut, our pancreas, our liver, kind of lots of different places. And then the brain kind of integrates that, and that's where ultimately our weight is regulated in the subconscious brain. So I suppose fat cells or adipocytes are not just there to store energy. They've got lots of other functions. As far as different types of fatty cells, we have white adipocytes, and we've got brown adipocytes. Brown adipocytes are predominantly in babies and toddlers, and the number of them reduce as we get older. So they're there to protect you from getting cold when you're a baby. Essentially, they have a way of kind of heating our body aside from shivering. White fatty cells, and they have kind of function that we still have some as adults, but predominantly most of our fatty cells are these white adipocytes, and their job is storing lipid or storing fat, and like all those other things we said. And when we reach adulthood, we pretty much have the number of fat cells that we're going to have, and we will always have the same number of fat cells, but those fat cells will swell and get bigger or get smaller, depending on what's happening with our energy balance. And then it comes back to, I suppose, the biggest thing for me is that subconscious brain, that caveman who's in the back of my head, where hunger and fullness, reward, craving, wanting,